Hello and welcome to In Conversation with Taha. My name is Zoha and today we are joined by a social activist, celebrity chef, Mrs. India and Punjab 2017 Most Popular, and a mother. She has worked tirelessly through her personal obstacles to come out stronger, not just for herself but for the women around her. Gurvinder Kaur is on a mission to empower with She Society, a philanthropic organization which has stood for more than 22 years, mobilizing resources, education and awareness for the underprivileged. Gurvinder, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? You're an incredibly multifaceted personality and I'm sure everyone is wondering, how do you do it?
I guess you said a lot of it, so I'm already overwhelmed. As you mentioned, yes, I'm a chef, and I started my career through a couple of TV shows in India. Moreover, I'm restoring lost and forgotten recipes of Lahore and Amritsar, through food festivals all over the world. So I think that is the most beautiful thing if we can restore our old culture and, of course, the cuisine. And after that, yes, I have become Mrs. India last year and Mrs. Punjab Most Popular. And this was a kind of a challenge for me. Like somebody just tell me that a chef can't have any other stream. So it was like a challenge for me. I said, okay, let me just taste the other.
Let me show you.
Yeah, let me taste the other cup of coffee as well.
Yeah.
So then I participated there and it went really well. And
you won, so it went
yes,
excellent. Yeah.
Yes. And then I started my career as a social activist. I've been working with the organization since long, but I used to work as a volunteer. And after that, they recognized my work and I became a journal secretary with the same organization, She Society, which is Shri Hemkund Education Society. And it is in Punjab, Amritsar. This organization is 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is working really well in each and every field, helping the needy, talking about the environment, everything. There are many ongoing projects right now. The one we are talking about here is Eco-She.
Yeah, we will be talking about that much more later. How did you come about starting work with She Society? How did you go from becoming the chef that you were, then winning this pageant, and then deciding to go into philanthropy? How did that come about?
This thing started because I myself in my life have gone through a lot of ups and downs. So I believe at that phase of time, nobody was there to help me. But I never wanted somebody to go through the same thing. And then that day I decided that yes, I want to work women who are struggling with depression, struggling with their mental health, anything related to their body. Because we are blessed with such a beautiful body that we shouldn't be ashamed about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things related to our body which needs to be taken care by another woman. A woman can only give a comfort to the
exactly.
one. Yeah.
Because it's so relatable. Otherwise, it's a very foreign feeling.
Exactly. So when I meet anybody and I share my story with them, they can actually relate with it, and that is the most beautiful thing. Like I have gone through something and I have become a warrior and I have faced that problem. I've overcome that, and then it is kind of I'm influencing the other lady.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
most. So that's why you started volunteering.
That's the reason I started this.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And of course, of all the roles that I spoke of, that you have championed, we know that this is something that you're most passionate about She Society.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the society and what its aims are and what social change is working to achieve?
She Society, I personally feel I'm blessed to be associated with it because they are doing an extraordinary work since ages and in each and every field. Like I was telling you, we were sharing some views, like there are many ongoing projects going on with She Society. They have been taking care of the people in slum, giving them rehabilitation to the other area, and then we have a mission Abad in which we are giving a skill training to the ladies.
From the slums.
From the slums, yes. They are coming. Anybody who can't afford any professional course, they can come down to our school in the evening and they can have a professional training there.
Of course,
and it is a certified training, so after the certificate, they can earn their bread and butter.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we have Eco-She project going on.
Which is a very big one.
It is very big, and luckily we are spreading wings abroad and we are making awareness everywhere.
Yes, of course. So as So all the things that you're talking about, specifically eco-she, so in societies like ours, like Asian societies, South Asian specifically, it's considered a taboo. And as a South Asian woman, did you face any obstacles when you embarked on this venture, when you started to go out of your way to help people and become open about these issues?
I believe South Asian countries have a lot of taboos, which that's the reason we started this this project.
But I don't think this is a taboo that's limited to our cultures, because we see this taboo even in England.
It is here as well. Like
Exactly.
I've been to Houses of Parliament. I had a word with a couple of ladies there, and they were from each country, and they were also telling me the same thing, that it's not only in India, it is everywhere.
It is a global issue, yeah.
I had a word with the African lady, and she was telling me the same thing, that if a girl is menstruating, she's not supposed to go out. She has to stay in the house for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing happening everywhere. Why we are keeping our girls back home and they're not free to go and do their everyday work?
Exactly.
So this is such a shame, I would say, for us as being a woman, that we are suppressing ourselves and our girls for such a beautiful process.
Yeah. Tell me exactly about what your aim is with eco-she and what eco-she actually is.
Eco-she is an initiative by She Society, and in Eco-she we give a 2-hour menstrual hygiene program to everywhere there is a need, like in slum areas, in schools, in colleges, in societies, everywhere. Basically, our aim is to break the bloody taboo so that everybody can actually talk about it. And there's no shame. We want our girls to be free from shame and obsession.
Yep.
So this is a project in which we tell them about the harmful implication of the sanitary pads which are available in the market. And it is really sad that not everybody know about that the products which are available in the market, they are non-biodegradable. And moreover, it takes about 500 to 800 years to decompose.
A single pad.
A single pad. If you take one pad in the mud today, it'll take 500 to 800 years to decompose. And a lady herself generates 125 to 150 tons of menstrual waste in her whole lifetime. So you can just imagine the number.
That is a colossal amount.
It is. So just multiply with the population wherever, whichever country it is, wherever the plastic pads are available. So you can just imagine the number.
Exactly.
And moreover, it is having such a bad impact on our health that it is the major cause of the genital cancer. And obviously it is making havoc on the environment. Everybody knows that. So I think the major reason is that ladies don't have access to the sanitary wear.
Yeah. They don't have the education in the first place. And then
first
they
the
also
education,
don't have the
and then they don't have the access to it. Like if I talk about India, particularly in India, there are 70% of the ladies who doesn't have an access to it. So what they are doing, they are using all those unhealthy practices you can ever imagine. Like they've been using sand, they've been using rice husk, they've been using, I shouldn't say that, they've been using used clothes. A person who doesn't have something to eat, how can you expect them to have their basic hygiene?
Exactly. It's very expensive.
It is very expensive.
So sometimes it's a decision between having a meal for every day of that week and buying a pad.
Exactly.
And that decision is already made in their minds.
Obviously. Because that is, I believe it is a basic necessity which everybody should have.
Exactly.
Like I shouldn't mention that I have been to one of the mall in Wolverhampton during my visit here in the UK. And there was a lady out there and she was asking for money from everybody. And out of curiosity, I just went there and asked her. I said, okay, I'll give you the money. Just tell me, what do you do in your menstruating period? And she got, first of all, she was shocked.
That someone's asking her so openly.
Exactly. And she was shocked. She was about 80 plus of age. And she said, do you know what? Nobody can ever ask me this question. I said, I know you are not using it because you already had menopause and all, but your daughter or anybody, how they deal with it. So she said, it is really shame that we have been using the used pads, which we throw in the bin. And I got tears in my eyes. This is happening everywhere. So it is a it is a problem to be addressed.
It is desperation.
So that is something, I don't understand why we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
We can talk about the pregnancy openly. We can talk about the C-section. People are okay to share it on the Facebook, on social media. But why this process from where a new life is coming? We are not open to talk about it.
Yeah,
And I think this is the reason these taboos are coming in the society.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so how do you reach out and educate about menstruation? Because you, of course, have to tiptoe around this subject,
Yeah.
especially in the cultures that you're working in. And it's been such a struggle for women for so many years, but you are doing it.
Yeah.
You're openly talking about
Yeah.
it. So how do you go to these schools and get the permission to give this education?
Initially, obviously, it was kind of a topic which was very challenging for us.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yes, because wherever we used to go in the villages or anywhere, we start talking about it, and the ladies, they just ran away.
Yeah, exactly. It's something very uncomfortable for them.
And that, I think, that is something which pumped a confidence in us that this is a need of time. I mean, this is something which we should talk about.
Exactly.
And as I already mentioned, we have 300 students in our school in Sri Hemkund Education Society in Punjab. So there was a time then when the girls started their menstrual period.
They got to the age where...
They got to the age when it started. And all of a sudden, we got very less student coming in school. So a lot of absence was there, and majorly it was girls. So then we had a parent-teacher meet, and we called the mothers, and they said they're menstruating, and that's the reason we are not sending them school. And first of all, we tried to educate them that what exactly the problem is. Then they tell us that they have 3 or 4 girls in the house, and they don't have access to the sanitary pads. Obviously, they're very expensive, so they can't afford it
for each and every
girl. So they have to give them the washed cloth or something, or cotton, and obviously they might get a strain or something. Yeah. And that's the reason they are not letting them go out. For 3-4 days, they have to stay home. And then an incident I would like to share here. An incident happened. There was a girl in our school, and all of a sudden she started to menstruate, and the guy started whispering that she has a disease. So
the lack
of awareness, and everybody started teasing her. Then our general secretary, then a founder member, Jeevan Jyot ma'am, and she just she addressed the problem, and then she called the mothers, and then they start talking about it. And that's the time when we started it as a project, so that we can educate more ladies and more girls, so that they shouldn't stay home, they shouldn't feel ashamed about it. And that's how it started. Yeah.
But how do you think that these misinterpretations about menstruation started in the first place? Because it's now become something that needs to be hidden and you need to be ashamed about. How do you think they manifest in the first place? Why is this such a norm in cultures like ours, and even cultures throughout the world, really?
So I believe that it started from our mother, our grandmother. Whatever they have taught us, we are just keeping that thing in here, and we are just following them. But I believe that this is the time when we have to say that, no, it is not right. What right is right and what wrong is wrong. This is the time we need to tell our kids. Because
that's
we don't
where
want,
it will start.
That's the thing. We don't want our upcoming generation to have the same taboos what we had.
Because they are limiting. It's not just an idea. It's something that limits us for a week every single month. So 12 times a year.
Yeah.
A girl is limited.
Exactly. It is coming every month. It's a natural phenomenon. We shouldn't be ashamed about it. And moreover, we shouldn't feel like, why me?
Exactly.
We as a women only has the blessing to give a birth to a new life.
Exactly. It's something completely natural.
Exactly.
And important and healthy.
Yeah. And that is what we need to pass on to our daughter. That this is a natural process. And you should feel blessed that yes, you are blessed with such a beautiful thing.
Exactly, yeah. It's just an ideological thing that has been passed down for so many generations, and we're resisting the change. But what do you think about, so as you said about the incident in your school where the boys started making fun of it, should we also be educating our sons and
we are actually
the parents in our the parents, including fathers, you know, brothers? Should we also be educating them about this?
We are actually having a program where we are educating boys as well, not in detail, but actually they should know what the menstruation is.
Exactly.
And it is a natural process a girl goes through, and it is their body, and they should feel proud about it, and they should live in the harmony of their body.
Exactly.
And I think we should teach our boys as well to to take it in a very positive way.
To respect it.
To respect them, yeah. So I think, and moreover, I believe is that a girl should have that connection with the father, that she can actually have a word with the father, that if she's run out of sanitary wear, she can tell her father to please go and grab it for me. And why we have to go to, I would like to share an incident here. Like I've been to one of the shop back in India, and I asked for the sanitary wear, and the guy was just looking at me. And because in India and in most of our Asian countries, I think many of the audience can relate with me. Yeah, that mother has to go to buy those stuff. A young girl can't go to get it. So it was a quite awkward moment for them to have me there. I was about, I guess, 17 or 18, and I was standing there. I said, give me that particular pack. And there were a couple of more guys standing there, and he was waiting so that those guys can go and he can serve me. I said, what are you waiting for? He said, I'm just searching for a newspaper. I said, why do you need a newspaper? So he said, I am looking for a newspaper so that I can wrap it. And moreover, after that, he searched for a black bag. He put it in that, and then he gave it to me. I said, you are making me so conscious, like I'm just actually like smuggling something and just eating something.
Exactly.
Yeah, something bad.
Exactly.
So, I mean, why we have to deal with all those things?
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't understand that.
Why you have to go so out of your way for something that's so natural and comes every month.
Exactly.
I mean, I do see, so I don't see him doing something wrong either, because in his mind, he was protecting you. He was, you know, he was respecting you by covering it up, you know, because it's considered shameful for a woman.
For a woman, yeah.
Exactly.
But I personally think that as being a woman, we have to take a stand.
Oh, of course.
I mean, if we, like, I went to that shop and told him, I don't need a newspaper, I don't need a black bag, just give me like that, and I'll hold it in my hand, and I walk through my home.
Yeah.
If a girl has that confidence that, I mean, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Exactly.
Am I doing something wrong to be ashamed of? No.
Exactly.
So if the answer is no, then it's perfectly fine.
Exactly. When you think about it, it's something that we have the power over, you know?
Yes.
We're the ones who can control
That's what I always say, that women is, the tomorrow is ours.
Exactly.
And why we need to deal with such small thing, I think this is a very small thing which is being taken into another level.
Oh, absolutely.
And make us so much of havoc of it that yes, this is something.
Exactly.
This is something not to be talked
about and not to be.
Yes.
Yeah. It takes more effort to restrain yourself and to hide it.
Yeah. And what we are doing, we are giving a black future to our girls. That's what we are doing. As being a mother, I have a daughter who's 3.5 years old, and this is the reason I took an initiative to educate the other girls, because I don't want what I have gone through. I don't want the same thing to be happen to the other girls.
Exactly.
Because when we were in school, we were never taught about these menstrual hygiene programs. Nobody came to our school to talk about it. It was a kind of a very awkward accident for us.
Exactly.
It all of a sudden started.
And
we got the strain on our dress, and the teacher took us to other room, and they called our parents and they took her home. So why that happened to us? So I always ask my mom, why you never told me that something like that? But this is again,
it's a cycle.
That's the cycle, and this is the taboo where it comes. That's what we say, a taboo.
Yeah.
Because her mom never told anything to her. That's why she never told me anything to me.
Because it's not the done thing.
But certainly, I don't want the same thing to be happen to my daughter. Never. I'm going to tell her each and everything that this is a process. This is how it goes. This is what you need to take care of. Because once a girl started menstruating, her private parts are so prone to infection.
Of course.
That if we are not telling them the right thing, they might have some serious infections. And that's where this cancer thing is coming up.
Yeah.
In the past, if we talk, I think everybody can relate with it. In the past, we never heard genital cancer is coming, this cervical cancer is coming, or anything. Our grandmothers, they never had any serious skin diseases. No infections, nothing. Why? Because they've been using cloth pads at home. They've been using them.
Not the plastic ones.
Not the plastic ones. They've been taking the softest cotton from the house. They've washed it thoroughly. They used to keep the cotton in between, and then they used to give it to us to use it. And that time, obviously, they are reusable, so you can wash it and you can reuse it.
And this is an initiative of
This
Ecoshi as well.
Exactly. That is what we are bringing to change. We are getting the old thing which we used to do, but with a new shape.
Exactly.
So that, like today's girl, they have been high, they are working, they are like you're working. So we are working, we are taking care of our home, our kids.
Exactly.
We have to run everywhere, do a lot of household chores.
Exactly.
So certainly we need something so that we can feel comfortable. And moreover, it should be good for our body.
And for the environment.
And for the environment.
Most
importantly for the environment. As we have already discussed, that it takes 500 to 800 years to decompose.
I just can't get my head around it. That's an incredible amount of time.
Exactly. And majorly, it is so expensive.
Of course.
As I mentioned, that if you have 4 or 5 girls in the home, including a mother,
it is
a big problem.
And of course, tax.
Tax, obviously,
well.
there's a tax on it. And there are some more options, like tampons are there, and the silicone cups are available.
Moon cups are available as well.
But again, they are quite expensive. Not everybody can have it.
Yeah, of course.
So this is where the Ecoshi comes, because we have introduced 2 types of reusable pads, which we are giving away to the ladies in slums, so that they can have at least they can deal with it for a whole year, because it lasts for more than 1 year. And moreover, they are reusable, they are washable, they have some disinfectant properties in it. The one I will show you in a minute. It is the world's #1 disinfectant pad, which is being introduced by a Switzerland company, and Ecoshi is the only one have it in India.
Okay.
So we are proudly distributing.
And these are cloth pads.
These are cloth pads, yeah.
As opposed to plastic ones.
Yes.
So they are, as you said, rewashable and reusable.
Yes.
For more than a year.
More than a year. It lasts for more than a year. Like there are a lot of people who do charity, and also what they do is, like the Women's Day has just passed on, so there were some people who were distributing sanitary pads to the people in slum. But
they only last for the one time they use them.
Yes, you're doing a charity. That's really nice. I really respect that. But you're giving something to a lady which she's gonna use for 1 month. And next month, what she's going to do?
What's she going to do next month?
And again, the same thing is happening. She's using that. She is harming her own body, and she's harming the environment as well.
So you need a solution.
That's the solution we have with us. And
so let's take a look. Let's show us what you have.
So these are the 2 types of sanitary pads which we at Ecoshi have introduced. This one is cloth pad. It consists of the finest cotton layer on the top, and it has 7 layers of absorbent funnel in it. And then the final layer, which you can see, is a leak-proof layer, printed sheet, so that it is quite a girly thing. And then moreover, it has wings, because today's girls, they've been doing a lot of work. They've been
walking around,
running around, and
going to meetings and things.
Yes. So certainly we need wings for that.
Exactly.
The other sanitary pads are promoting with all the harmful effects in it. So this one is certainly not have any of the harmful effect in it.
Yeah.
So it is reusable, it is washable, it lasts for more than 1 year, and it is very cost effective. So I think this is the best solution if you want to. It is the best solution to have a healthy body and giving a relief to the environment.
So you use it once, wash it, and then you can use it again.
Yes.
So if, say for example, you have 3.
Yeah.
You can use them within the week perfectly fine. While one is drying, you can use the other, then wash that one, use the other one.
That's why we have it in pack. We used to give them 2 packs. I mean, 1 pack has 2 cloth pad in it.
Okay.
So that you can wash one and you can use the other one.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So that's the way we can use it.
Yeah. So what's the other one that we have?
This is quite interesting for most of the ladies.
Yeah, it looks very strange.
This shape is keeping in mind that 70% of the women back in India doesn't have an access to the innerwear. So they don't need an innerwear if they are using it. Like the ladies in slum, they don't have an access to it, so they can use it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Yes, they can wear it as an innerwear, and this is the actual pad. It is called Safkin.
Okay.
So the Safkin is world's first and the only permanent disinfectant in the form of a textile. Yeah, it is 100% biodegradable. Moreover, it is disinfectant, washable, reusable. It lasts for more than 1 year, and it is again quite cheap. It is not very expensive.
So very cost effective as well.
It is very cost effective. So these two products we are giving away to the ladies in slum so that they can have an access to the basic hygiene during all that period.
Yeah, so every month they can use.
Exactly.
So which of these is more popular, you think?
Actually, both are popular.
Both are popular.
These are quite popular among the girls because they find it a little girly. What they do is you can just pack it like that and you can keep it in your wallet.
Bag, yeah.
You can keep it in your bag or in your school bag, so nobody can know what exactly it is.
Yeah.
So I think the sanitary pad which are available in the market, why they are so famous? Because
Marketing.
marketing, yeah,
Of course, yeah.
they've been just promoting it in a way that it has some perfume in it, it has something this in it,
It has this gel in it.
yeah,
it
there's
has
a
this
gel in it.
Yeah.
So you can just ask yourself, as being a woman, would you ever want to use a perfume in your private parts?
No.
Never. It's a big no, never.
No.
So how can you use a product which has some perfume in it? Obviously, it has some chemicals.
Exactly.
It is being bleached
so many artificial
times.
things.
It is being bleached many times to get that proper white, snowy white color. And that's the reason we are having these cancer coming up.
It's just not healthy for us.
It's certainly not healthy.
So this is such a big journey that you've been a part of. I'm sure there's been moments of weakness for you. And tell me about the strengths that have kept you motivated to keep going, keep going.
The biggest strength comes from the girls when we see a big smile on the face. After the whole program, they just come to us and they used to tell us that we used to consider it as such a big problem. Oh my God, it started again.
Yeah.
And now you have completely make a switch in our mind.
The perspective is completely different.
The perspective is completely different now.
It's so much more positive.
We are feeling more confident.
Yeah.
We know exactly what is happening to our body. And again, we know what products are good for us, what we should opt for. And this is how it is. So I believe this is the best compliment we get from wherever we go, a big smile.
From the work that you do, you know that you're doing the right thing because of everyone around you.
Exactly. And the best compliment comes from, like, I had a word with you. You'll definitely have a couple of meetings and you'll share it with the other ladies. So what if we're educating just one lady and she's educating more people in the society, our mission is accomplished.
Exactly.
That's all we want. We want to spread words so that many lives can get in touch with us and they can have a little bit. We are not saying we are doing an extraordinary work in the society or something. We are just contributing our part so that we can make a little difference for the girls and for the women.
You are making big waves, and this will go far, I promise you. But how can someone who's watching at home today, watching this interview, be able to become a part of this and help you achieve this vision of a positive outlook, of healthier and a greener alternative?
They can get in touch with us through social media. We are quite active on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. Like our founder member, she's being entitled as Pad Women of Punjab.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So and I have introduced this in Houses of Parliament by our MP Tanmanjeet Singh Thesi, and it's being appreciated everywhere. And I've received many calls from the people that this is a kind of a topic which we should talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should be talking about it.
So on social media, we, Ecoshi, are the only one who have introduced the live sessions from the doctors around the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your education transcends boundaries of borders, so you don't physically have to be there.
That is the main target for us. That was actually a challenge for us to how to reach to the countries where we can't travel. Like there are many countries, we can't go everywhere.
Exactly.
But again, social media is quite a very strong modem that wherever we want to go, we can go through it. So then we started, last year we started the live sessions with the expert doctors, from the dietitians, there were some homeopathic doctors, there were some experts who can talk about the reproductive system, they can tell them the whole anatomy and all.
So you're getting education just sitting at home.
Yes, and surprisingly, the view was so good that, and the response was so overwhelming that there were a lady from, I guess, Bangladesh. She messaged me and she said, "This is a kind of a topic which is not quite open in our country, and we are not open to it, and we need to go to doctor, and then also we have to say somebody else is not sitting there. So it has to be a one-to-one conversation." And I have seen about 4 to 6 comments of that lady asking so many questions, their personal questions. So it was a kind of an achievement. It's a kind of a relief, I would say, for us that yes, ladies are coming out of their comfort zone, and they're actually asking about their problems.
Yeah. Because how are they going to get the solutions if they're not going to ask the questions or be confident enough to acknowledge that this is something that they need to talk about?
Exactly. And I think that menses is always considered as a normal thing for a girl, but actually a girl has to go through a lot in that phase. She has a lot of blood loss, she has a lot of nutrition loss, her body changes, a lot of mood swings, and there are many people who say, okay, menses start, she become a drama queen.
Yeah.
So, but people need to, especially men needs to understand that yes, we have a body through which one day you will have a baby. You're expecting a baby out of it.
Through which you are alive.
Exactly. You are born through the same process, and you should
respect it.
You should respect it, and you should give a little comfort to the lady at home. It could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your wife, everybody. I mean, Women's Day is not for one day sharing post everywhere that yes, it's Women's Day. Women's Day is every day if you're respecting the women at home and pampering them.
Definitely, I agree with that one. I hope my family's listening to this. So you said so apart from the live streams that you have on your Facebook page, so what is the Facebook page name?
Eco-She Revolution.
Eco-She Revolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that you have events where people can actually physically go and see you on stage talking about these things. So tell us more about those as well.
The events, like as I told you, I've been to Houses of Parliament and I mentioned it there, and many ladies came to me and they said this is a kind of a topic which we would never expect somebody to talk about it in the Parliament of UK.
Exactly.
So that was again a challenge for me to raise it there so that it reach up to the maximum people, and they can come with their questions. Okay, this is something which we have never heard. Now tell us more about it.
Tell us more.
Yeah. Then we have couple of events in Wolverhampton. Like I'm based in Wolverhampton at the moment, and we have got associated with one of the charity house there called Chekara, and we are planning a fundraising event with them in 13th of May.
Okay.
Because it is the World's Menstruation Awareness Day in May, so we are celebrating that with the womanhood around us and spreading it word. And moreover, and again, we will raise some funds so that we can give a little comfort to the ladies in slum back in India.
Exactly.
And one thing more I would like to mention, that it's not only a product. If anybody is buying this product and giving it away as a charity, if you're giving it to the people in your house or in your society, you're actually helping a bunch of ladies who are making it. So we are doing a women empowerment as well there, because the ladies who are making these sanitary pads are based in Pondicherry, who are actually getting their bread and butter because of making them.
Okay.
So I would like to mention that we have more than 40 to 50 ladies who are actually contributing money in the form of money or time. They were doing some voluntary work with us. And whenever there is any event in their family, any birthday party or any anniversary, they're actually opting these products to give it away.
As a gift.
As a gift. So this is such a beautiful thing that people are actually coming forward and giving something so useful. If you're giving a flower to somebody, it'll last for a day or two. If you're giving any gift to somebody, and if you're giving food, obviously it does make sense. But if you're giving something which will last for a whole year, and they don't have to search for any bits and bobs from the garbage.
Exactly.
I think that is the most beautiful thing. You can give it to anybody.
Absolutely. It's something of the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you are going to be talking about these events on all your social media so people can
Everywhere.
follow you.
Yes.
And come to these events and look at all the news and live feeds that you have on your pages and everything.
Certainly, because in the UK we'll be doing more events, and after that we'll be going to Australia and Canada. That is in the list to spread more wings internationally.
So for some people, watching a small interview like this might not be enough information. What would you have to say to people to convince them to actually make the switch, and why they should go for something like this when they are not in an area where they struggle with access to sanitary pads and everything? So why make that switch?
I think we have an answer for each and every question on the social media, but
Okay.
still, if you have questions in your mind that why to make a switch, then first of all, the most important, it is for your own health. These doesn't have any bleach in it. It doesn't have any perfumes in it. You can wash it by yourself. You can make sure that it is clean enough to reuse it. And one thing I would like to mention here, that there was a lady whom I have met who said that the blood is impure. That the blood is impure. How can I touch it? So it's the same blood flowing in our whole body.
Exactly.
How can a blood be impure? It is being called a blood of life. You're giving a new life to your baby through the same blood. How that blood can be impure?
Exactly.
So it is a never-ending debate of taboos which can continue all the time. So first and the foremost, it is for your own health. You should realize it and take care of it. And second, to save Earth. We have already mentioned how many years it takes. Just multiply with the number of population and you will get the figures. Certainly after that, to empower women, women can only support the other women to have a beautiful future. So we are empowering women because the people who are making these pads are actually women. They are back in Pondicherry. There's a self-help group of 40 to 50 ladies who are making them, and whatever money they are getting, they are having a bread and butter. They are having a livelihood from that. And if you still have questions, you will find such things a lot of on our website, that is www.shesociety.in. And if you still have more questions in your mind, do get in touch with us. We are everywhere on the social media. The numbers are there. The email IDs are there. We would love to help you to make a switch.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. Let's hope that we continue to address the issues that truly matter and keep encouraging people like you to step out of the largely patriarchal norms that society has grown to see as acceptable. Gurvinder, good luck with everything, and thank you so much for joining us today. I wish you every success in your endeavors.
Thank you very much, Zoe. It was lovely talking to you, and I really hope that it does make sense to the audience who are watching it, and they can share it with the people around and make it worth, because this is something, it is a revolution which we want everybody to join in and give a better future to our girls so that they can live in the harmony of their body.
Exactly.
And feel proud about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.